Hey guys, my name is Pierre from Can Am Spyder and welcome to the Spider Shop. In today's video, we're going to be doing the installation of a Hello skid plate. It's a skid plate that goes underneath, it's got lights. Yeah, just like this, it's got lights that lights up the bottom of your Can Am Spyder. And we're doing on what? We're going to be doing on a 2018 RT Can Am Spyder. For this installation, Steve is going to be helping me out. We don't need to remove any of the panels on the side of the bike. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to work underneath. So we're going to lift her up and show you what you need to remove. So we're underneath the Can Am Spyder right now. So we got two panels to remove first. Try to give you a little side view. You got your sway bar right here. So it's this panel here and the other one on the other side. You've actually got 3 push pins. And you've also got a torque 30 bolt right here. When you remove the 2 panels we're talking about, just be careful. There's usually a lot of sand, a lot of debris in there. So be careful for your eyes, okay? So you understand we're going to be drilling holes in the bottom of your bike. We're going to use existing holes, bolts, but we're going to need to drill additional holes to hold it down. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to be removing 4 bolts to start off with. So you got 2 on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. And these are going to be with a torque 30, all right? So once you remove that, Steve is going to demonstrate for what purpose. You're going to be putting in the skid plate straight away, right? You're going to put in the 4 bolts again in those holes on each side. But that's going to become your template to be able to drill the other holes that we've got right here. So this in place will allow you to drill the additional holes that you need at the front of the skid plate. For the bolts that you're going to be using to hold down the skid plate, you're going to be using a 532 Allen key. For the bolts that you're putting in right now, you don't want to torque these too fast. Just want to snug it right there. Just put it against the skid plate and that's it. So the 3 holes that we're going to be drilling are 1, 2, one in the center and the other one on the other side right here, right? So you see here, you've got a little bit of flex on that. So you're going to need, as you're drilling, to make sure everything is accurate, you're going to push up and make sure there's no bounce in the skid plate. And with your other hand, you're going to go ahead and drill your holes. Hey Steve, what size drill bit are you going to be using?
1/4 inch.
Next step is to remove the skid plate, and we're going to be able to put the little clip. Steve, give me a little clip. Do you have a little clip for me? Steve is going to give me a little clip. It's coming, it's coming. I got a little clip. So your little clips is what you're going to be putting in. You got 3 of them. When you want to line up those clips, you can use just any kind of screwdriver. You just put it right through here, and then it helps you line them up. If you're wondering why we removed those 2 panels underneath, it's not that we needed it straight away, but when we're going to be doing the wiring for the Hello skid plate, you're going to need a little bit of room to move those wires around. That's why we removed those 2 panels. Hey Steve, you wanted to show us which bolts you put in first by pointing? All right, so you got 1 there, so you went to the extremes on each side, and after that, right down the middle, so the skid plate holds down properly, and then we just put in the rest. So never go with the impact drill all the way. You can bring them in, but after that, you want to finish them by hand. Just as Steve is doing right now. As soon as he's feeling a little resistance, he's going to stop. So one after the other, slowly, just a little bit at a time. Crank him, never torque, never too hard. So just go by hand. And then you're just watching as well if you got any flex. That's what Steve is looking for. He's looking for flex. So if it doesn't move, it's nice and tight. That's the way you leave it. Oh, he's gonna, no, that one is good as well. So you just keep going all the way around, and you make sure there's no loose anywhere, but you don't want to make them too tight. The reason we're saying that you don't want to torque too much those screws at the bottom is because the bottom of the bike is a little like the bottom of a spoon, right? It's a little bit like this, and your skid plate is 1/2 inch thick and it's really straight. So it's got a little bit of give to it, but not too much. So you just want to make it snug on each side so you don't make it crack in the middle, okay? So we got 2 wires here at the bottom. Steve is going to show us the power. So we got the power here, and he's going to be running that towards the left-hand side. He's got another one here for accessories, and the accessories are for a LED strip, so additional lighting. So accessories means more lights, so you can go down here, but if not using it for halo wheels or for a strip underneath here, he's going to tuck it away. So you want that. You're going to put electrical tape on that here, and you're just going to put it away till next time. You can use some zip ties to make sure it doesn't come down, but you want to leave it there for your next lighting project. All right, so we've got a little trick for you here. So as we're putting in the wire into the power, Steve is going to use, so there's a place where it locks and unlocks. So on this part where it unlocks, Steve is going to put some electrical tape really tight to make sure that it never comes apart, so it can undo itself. And he's just using a little bit of tape for this part. And then after that, he's going to wrap the whole thing in electrical tape. Lots of it, eh, Steve? Lots of it. We do recommend not put electrical tape on these little tabs here. You want to let the next person know exactly what's going on with the wiring. Here's a little trick. What you need to do is that you want to, for the accessory wiring, if you're not using it right now, you want to take your panel and just put it up underneath the bike and see what kind of space you've got, right? Because if you go towards the frame here, the wire is not going to be able to go there. It's going to be too tight, but at least now you know the openings that you have and where it's going to hand up. So we didn't put electrical tape on this accessory wiring that's right here because we're going to be using it. So for this customer project, we're going to be putting LED lights underneath the bike here. So we're going to be using that not long. So we didn't put any electrical tape, but we did put a zip tie just to show you where you can tuck it in. So when we're putting the panel back, we can see we don't have many options. We just have this space right here. You got to take the power wire and you got to push it upwards. So knowing that we have to climb around this space here, we're going to start pushing, and we're going to grab the wire and leave it on the first table right here. So you see this plastic part? You want to bring the wire on top of it, and then we're going to bring down the Spyder and work on the wiring from the top. So now walk over to the front of your Can Am Spyder, open up your trunk lid, and you've got a little panel here to remove. You've got a push pin to be able to do that right there. So just remove this panel, because at the end, this is the destination for all your wiring. All the excess wires are going to come right here. So you need to start having access to this place. So the wire is right here. We climbed it up on the, where the tables are, and you want to go this way to be able to pull it from up here. So the wire, you want it to go behind here so you don't see it anywhere. So go through that extra trouble of putting the wire behind here, and you're going to have a nice job that's nice and clean. No wires are going to show anywhere. I just gave Steve the scare of his life. He was working right there, and I knew what was coming. He said, "Hey, Pierre, hang on. We've got some wiring here. Somebody did something." And I knew what we did because I could see it right through the grill here. We've got an air horn there. So this is what it sounds like. All right, you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. That works well. So that's the wire that was there. So we were able to push the wire through there, and it comes right here. So in your kit, you've got this Y-junction wire right here. Steve's got it. All right, so we need to go underneath the table. He's going to show us exactly where to go. So, and we can actually see it pretty good. So you've got the wire. It's the first one that's towards us. You just pull on it. You got a little clip there. You unlock it, pull on it, take your new wire, goes in one side, goes in the other side. All right, and after that, the fun is going to be to find a way to hide all these wires. So spend a little bit of time, make those wires disappear. All right, you see this large wire you got on this side here? So this is where you can tag along. So just use some zip tie, get your wire to go across here, run towards the center and then make it disappear again going upwards. But you can tag along this large wire that you got right here. So all the wires are here right now. All you have to do is plug and play. So you've got this little white wire here. One goes into the power, the other one goes into the remote control, and this is where you're gonna put everything together. Once you finish, just make it loose a little bit here, but you want that remote control sensor to be really close for your remote control. That's why we put it here. So let's do the big test. Turn on the key. Yeah, everything works well. Put on demo mode, see all the colors there. Beautiful. All right, so the installation is finished. Steve is just making sure that everything is nice and tight. No wires protrude anywhere. So when somebody else is gonna work on your Can Am Spyders, they don't, come across wires and pull on them by accident. So where can you find all this stuff? On Can Am SpyderAccessories.com. That's Can Am Spyder Accessories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you get all the latest news. My name is Pierre. Been watching Spyder TV, Can Am Spyder Accessories, and the Spyder Shop. Thank you guys. Bye. Bye, Steve.